What's going on, girls and guys? Once again, it is your host, Arachnid Soul, playing the crew today. I'm in New York City. I've never been to this city in the game, although I was born and raised in this city in real life. So what I'm basically going to do here for the next couple of minutes is I'm going to drive around this mock version of New York City, and I'm going to see if I can figure out where the hell I am. Right now I'm in Central Park. Let's see here. I've never seen that ramp in Central Park. In any case, I'm going to drive around. I'm going to give you guys a little origin story and tell you about different things I did in these different places in New York. Hopefully I will be able to identify some of these things. Fight Night's Finest, the Sophic commentator, youtube.com/Fight Night's Finest, recently did a commentary on this game about a very important movie called God Bless America, which I know sounds religious, but it's not. And he was basically saying how everyone should watch that video, and I agree with him. Everyone should absolutely watch that video. But that's not what this video is about. This video is kind of like my origin stories, maybe. If I find some interesting places and I want to tell you things that I've done in these places in New York, as soon as I can recognize something, let me get downtown. I'm more of like an East Village kind of guy, so as soon as I get down there and I actually recognize something, I'll be a lot better off. I was noticing on this game, because I have briefly been to this city before, even though it was just a couple of minutes, and I said, okay, let me turn the game off so I can do this the right way and I can actually do a commentary. By the way, I'm crashing because unlike Fight Night's Finest, I don't cheat and just use the Dodge Viper that you can unlock. I'm driving a real car here. Okay, let's see here. I'm bound to recognize something sooner or later. I did not spend a lot of time in the Bronx. I did not spend a lot of time in Harlem. Even though I did date a girl who lived in the Bronx, and that was a pain in the ass because at the time I lived in Bay Ridge, Brooklyn, and those trains would run local on the weekends. It would take me literally 3, maybe 3.5 hours when I would drop her off at like midnight, okay, just to get home. Here we go. This is St. Patrick's, this cathedral you see here on the right. This is a major New York City milestone. Now, for a while, I actually did work at a flower shop doing accounting, and I remember there was a day when the boss sent us to do some flower work at the church, right here at the cathedral. And I remember the girl I was with was Buddhist, and she was telling me, like, you know, hey, you were a Catholic for a cup of coffee growing up. So when we get there, and the boss told us we had to put the flowers at the feet of the Virgin Mary, she had no idea what the hell that meant. But anyway, so it was my responsibility when we got there. Let's see what this is. This should not be here. Okay, we're not going to mention that, but okay. In any case, it was my job, and here's another cathedral. It was my job to make sure that we got the flowers where they were supposed to be. Let's see here. I'm going to keep driving down. I think I'm going downtown. I don't know if I'm going downtown or uptown. I'm not really paying attention to the street signs. I'm going to turn here at this light, see if I can see anything interesting. I really should have started this in the East Village because then I would know exactly where the hell I am. So tempted to open that map and cheat. Are we back at Central Park? We're either back at... No. Where are we? Okay, I'm gonna open the map and cheat a little bit. Oh, no wonder why I don't know where we are. Because we're going into, like, Yonkers in Westchester County. Okay, so that explains that. This is kind of where that girl used to live. Like, not far from here. She lived the last stop on the D train by Fordham College. By the way, anyone who actually lives in New York, try to grade me on this stuff. And for anyone else, why is my car handling like this? For anyone else, just, I guess, just play along. Go under this bridge. I'm pretty much trying to get back downtown. So basically, this whole side of Manhattan is where you want to ride your bikes. There's like a huge strip where you can ride your bikes down here. Eventually, you will end up in my neck of the woods in Midtown in Chelsea. Chelsea being like the big gay district where most of my friends live. I had a lot of friends in the East Village as well. And I know I'm kind of skipping. Maybe I should go into the middle of town, because I'm going to skip a lot of good stuff if I don't. New York City pretty much looks the same there. Okay. So now I see a park. Let me see what's in there. The city's so smushed together. I was going to say that is Madison Square Park, but now that... I don't know where the hell we are now. Maybe this is Central Park now. Let me look on the map. Yeah, it looks like we are passing Central Park. Yep, that's exactly... Okay. Ah, see, if we stay on this road, we will end up in my neck of the woods. So this is Central Park. I think we're somewhere on the west side. Well, I know we're somewhere on the west side. I didn't really pay attention to the map. Let's see, what is this? I'm just gonna open the map one more time because I think I recognize that. Wow, this is really pathetic. Getting a D grade. Hey, we need to turn around. I'm sitting here, I'm thinking, if we're going downtown, why is Central Park on that side of the car? Because we were going uptown. Now we're going downtown, so you're going to pass, like, 66th Street, and that's, like, Sheep Meadows or something in Central Park. I actually used to teach yoga classes around here in Central Park. And I have a feeling if we keep going, if this map is right, we are going to hit Columbus Circle, where I used to work on a little reality TV show, which I won't mention. Yep. So right behind me is going to be where Trump Plaza is. This is whatever I said it was. I completely forgot. To the right of the car is Lincoln Center. That's where, like, Anderson Cooper had his talk show for 2 seconds. Right here is where the American Apparel would be. And then if you swing down here, right here is the building I used to work in, which is not a diner, but there was like a diner down here, like a diner slash grocery store right here that I cannot remember the name of. And this is what I mean when I say New York City is smushed together. These seats right here, which should be red, are not that close to Central Park. These seats are farther down towards Times Square. Like, if I keep going down here, what I should be passing is, if I'm not mistaken, maybe like the Ed Sullivan Theater where, like, David Letterman tapes. And I'm going to keep going down here. I did date a girl who lived on 49th Street, right where that M&M store was. But the M&M store isn't in this game. Did I completely... Hold on a second there. Now, one of the tricks to getting through New York is realizing the importance of either being on 7th or 8th Avenue. I can't remember which one, but I know one of the avenues is really busy and you never want to go down it, and the other one is not. Okay, so somewhere right around here is where the Copacabana should be. And then this is the Jacob Javits Center, I'm guessing. In fact, I know it's the Jacob Javits Center. That's where they have things like Comic-Con. Which, yes, this city really is smashed together. We absolutely should not be at the Javits Center that quick. Let's see if we can get into Times Square here. Which I'm guessing should be up here and making a turn. And if we miss it, okay, we just miss it. I don't know what to tell you. Little Italy! Ah, yes, which means we are... Little Italy gets smaller and smaller every year as Chinatown gets bigger and bigger. And also Chinatown connects to the financial district, but I'm so confused. I'm like, I want to go into Chinatown, but we'll see if I can get in there. I don't know where the hell we are. Chinatown was where I used to always hang out when I was in college. I was dating a girl, and we used to go to Chinatown almost every day. Yep, come here, get the cannolis. We used to go to Chinatown almost every day because she went to school in the daytime and I went to school at night. And when she got off, she would hang around, and she like worked in the office, and she had this little room on the 10th floor where she worked, and I had a class on the 10th floor, and I used to take bathroom breaks every 2 seconds because it was in college and no one cared, and I would really just go to her office, and that's all I'm going to say about that. But I had a very enjoyable time in college. Here we are. We just went through the financial district. This is Chinatown now. On Canal and Mott Street is one of my favorite restaurants in New York, which I will not tell you the name of because then it'll become popular, and when I go I won't be able to get a seat. Chinatown is basically where you go when you live in New York City because you think you can haggle prices, and you kind of can. Like, only tourists pay full price in Chinatown, but at the same time, I feel like the store owners don't want you to haggle, so they kind of yell at you. I've been kicked out of stores just because I was like, okay, that cheap piece of jewelry that has the lead in it that you're asking $15 for, like, can I get that for $12? And I was actually yelled at and kicked out of a store, and they told me never to come back. So basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get into Brooklyn now, but the thing is, if I go in the wrong direction, I'm going to end up in Soho, and people are going to try to sell me cheap purses. So let's see here. I'm looking for the Brooklyn Bridge, maybe the Williamsburg Bridge. If we go into Williamsburg, there's a bunch of hippies. We're still in Chinatown. Not hippies, what am I saying? Hipsters. Let's see here. I am actually going to cheat here and look at the map. Unless something comes up on the screen telling me which part of Manhattan here we go. Here we go, my old stomping grounds, ladies and gentlemen. This right here, this is where they have Fleet Week, and your girlfriend will drag you there every year to be bored because she wants to look at guys in outfits. And now they charge you, and it's not free, so you can just tell her, hey, we can go look at the sailors, or we can go to a nice restaurant. But not Tavern on the Green, because they closed that down. Is this? Yes, okay. This is the post office. When I worked on 28th Street, I used to go to this post office all the time to mail stuff because I also sold stuff online. And here's a little building. There's a basketball team here that Fight Night's Finest likes, and they're all right. I mean, they're okay. The Rangers play in this building also. That's Madison Square Garden. Up front, let's see what building that is. I've got to look at the top. Huh. I cannot tell. That's either the Empire State Building or the Chrysler Building. And I know I should know that, but I don't. Post office. This right here is actually it's either a CVS or a Duane Reade. It's scary how much I know this town. Actually, this is the front of Madison Square Garden. Okay. So right down here, I'm guessing, is where the Bally's is on, I think, 28th Street, where I used to work as a personal trainer. if we keep going down here, I guess we're in Times Square now. This is a Toys R Us, obviously. Right across the street, there's a Red Lobster that's supposed to be here, and the Red Lobster is the usual meeting place where I meet up with people. More red seats here. There isn't this much room in the street, by the way. There's a McDonald's right here, where I had a McGriddle one time because somebody talked me into it and it was disgusting. So let's see. Let's see if we can actually get into Brooklyn now. This is the most fun I've ever had on this game without actually doing anything. I hope you guys are enjoying this commentary. Especially the New Yorkers, I hope you guys are enjoying this. I see a bridge there. I'm guessing... Huh. How do I get to that bridge? I don't know if that's the bridge that will take me into Dumbo, which is the best part of Brooklyn. Which I shouldn't have said that. Nobody knows. You go there, you get that good pizza at Grimaldi's. That's right. Get out of the way. Let's see here. I think this is going to get us onto the bridge. Now, yes, while I was a Greenwich Village, East Village guy, and I have to tell you, we didn't go to Union Square, which is kind of sad because that was my hangout spot. Union Square, I used to go to St. Mark's. I used to go to Limelight, aka the church, which was like an awesome nightclub, goth, raver place. It was ridiculous. Here we go. Into the borough of Brooklyn, I think. I don't know where the hell we are, to be honest with you. But we're going to keep driving around here. Actually, let me look at the map. Are we in Brooklyn yet? Okay, we're in Williamsburg. Okay. So, yes. What can I tell you about Williamsburg that won't get me in trouble? Not much. I used to get into a lot of trouble in Williamsburg. There's a story I could tell about me working for a certain organization, and there was a girl that I was working with, and we should have been working. They sent us out on assignment into Williamsburg, and we were not working, and... Okay, I need to get, like... Can I set a waypoint for, like, one of these things? New York Airport, that's JFK. I don't want to go there. Here we go. Set waypoint. Okay, that'll work. That'll get us into the heart of Brooklyn. Because to be honest with you, and you guys didn't hear this from me, but I pretty much think of Williamsburg as Queens and not Brooklyn. But I didn't say that. Okay. This game kind of has the feel of Brooklyn, but everything's so smushed together and things are kind of moved around, so it's not quite Brooklyn. This looks like Brooklyn. These houses look like Brooklyn houses. Let's see here. I'd love to tell you which bridge I just went over, but I have no idea. Okay, that was intentional, me swerving around that thing, because I didn't want to start that mini game. Now that we're here, we're gonna make...
Alex.
Depends. Who's this?
Air 2. East Coast chapter. Looks like you're mine.
You sound as excited as you should be.
You haven't given me any reason. There's a street race in NYC. Ace it or clear out of town.
Okay, so that guy just decided to interrupt my commentary. That's alright. In any case, hopefully you guys and girls are still with me. You didn't see that. I don't really know this part of Brooklyn. I'm gonna be real honest with you. I know Park Slope, I know Crown Heights, I know Bay Ridge. I don't know Canarsie because nobody knows Canarsie. You go to Canarsie, you will never come back. Where am I now? Is this potentially Prospect Park? Am I here yet? Just like where the botanical garden is? Is that the museum? Let me look on my map. It looks like it might be. Yes, I'm gonna say this is where the Botanical Garden and Prospect Park are. Other places I used to teach yoga, is that the... Yes, it is. That's the library right there that I just passed. Okay. See, now this is looking familiar. In fact, I'm not even going to follow that blue line. I'm just going to go my way, because now I kind of know where I'm going. I think we are heading into... If we just pass the Botanical Gardens and all that, we might be in, like, the Hasidic Jewish neighborhoods. You know, this is like the area where, like, you know, girls who are like Hasidic Jewish girls, and they're very kind of strict and religious, but then when they go out, like, they take a change of clothes and they're different, but then they switch back into their clothes before they go home. Not that I'm gonna say anybody's name. I don't want to get Faggy in trouble. Oh, okay. Oh. I'm sure her parents aren't watching this. Where are we? See here. This down here, if you see where this cursor is, actually let me set a waypoint here, so once I get there, set waypoint. Which way are we going? Okay. What we are coming up here on is where I used to live. We're coming up on Bay Ridge, Brooklyn. Like Fort Hamilton right there, you see it? I'm gonna call that the Verrazano Bridge. Ah, so many memories here. This park, I don't even know the name of the park, but I know I used to hang out there. Where's my house? Okay, so now we're at Coney Island all of a sudden? That doesn't make sense, but okay. My whole area, like if you guys ever watched that movie Saturday Night Fever, that's the area of Brooklyn that I lived in, Bay Ridge. How we ended up at Coney Island and completely skipped that whole area. So we must have passed, like, there's an area, what is it called? Sheep's Head Bay, where, like, there's a lot of Russian people and really good prices at the supermarkets. I don't know where the hell we're going. I was kind of trying to go down to Coney Island, but why am I crashing into all of these things? Where are we now? This looks like, and I know it's not Crown Heights, but that's what this looks like to me. Like, I think it's like 86th Street, I want to say. I don't know. There's like a GameStop there, and like, what is that good place called where you get that Jamaican food? I have no idea. Okay, is this? Oh, wow. Okay, so yes, the lifeguard towers in Coney Island do not look like this. They're just big chairs where you go and you know, you take dates out there, you make out at night. There's people out here drinking beer. This, just like every area in New York City, is, well, I won't say that, but, yes. This is Lunar Park. This is what people think of when they think of Coney Island. There's not that fence around there. And there would also be like, okay. This right here, this is where you would usually come to get like, it's not a food place in real life. It's like a shoot the freak thing, and you shoot the guy with paintballs. And around here somewhere should be Nathan's Hot Dogs, and also MCU Park, where, like, you know, there's baseball games and TNA does like the base brawl events down there. In any case, I had an awesome time doing this commentary. I hope everyone out there learned something about yours truly. That's kind of my New York City origin story. It's not the only city that I've lived in that's in this game, so maybe we'll go to some of the other cities. But if you do live in New York, I want to hear your scorecard. How did I do? How accurate was I? Follow me on Twitter, @ArachnidSoul, and I will catch you guys and girls later.